Everybody vibes with the all-new Camry. A standard 225-horsepower engine and an available sport-tuned suspension provide the power and agility to take you anywhere, and to do it in style. With available features like the two-tone midnight black metallic roof, color-matched sport grille, panoramic glass roof, and cockpit red leather-trimmed interior, the Camry has never looked better. And because every all-new Camry is a hybrid, it delivers up to an EPA-estimated 51 miles per gallon combined. Whatever your vibe, it's a Camry vibe. Learn more at toyota.com/Camry. Hello, from Wonder Media Network, I'm Jenny Kaplan, and this is Womanica. This month, we're talking about adversaries, women who fought for their place in history, whether they fought to get to the top of their sport, against how society perceived them, or fought with each other to be champions. We're talking about women who broke barriers and sometimes did seemingly impossible or unspeakable things to carve out their place in history. This episode of Womanica is brought to you by the all-new Toyota Camry. Today's Womanican was a glamorous socialite, actor, writer, and interior designer. But all of these accomplishments were overshadowed by the fact that she was related to one of the most famous women in the world, First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy. Let's talk about Lee Radziwill. Caroline Lee Bouvier was born on March 3, 1933 in Manhattan, 3.5 years after her sister Jackie. From birth, she went by her middle name, Lee. Early on, Lee could tell that her father, a Wall Street broker known as Black Jack, favored Jackie. Not only was she named after him, but she was his spitting image. This would perhaps set the foundation for their lifelong sibling rivalry. When Lee was 7 years old, her parents divorced. Her mother soon remarried, and Lee and Jackie were toted off to their new stepfather's grand home in Northern Virginia. Thrust into a new family with 4 new step-siblings, Lee and Jackie leaned on each other for support. In the summer of 1951, 18-year-old Lee and 21-year-old Jackie went on a trip to Europe. It was Lee's high school graduation present from her parents. The sisters gallivanted around London, Paris, Rome, Florence, Venice, and Madrid. They snuck into first-class dinner dances, met ambassadors at galas, and visited famous art historians' villas. In letters, they promised their mother they were still sewing on all their buttons and wearing gloves like proper ladies should. In reality, they rebelled, wearing short skirts and sandals. In 1953, Lee beat her older sister to the altar and married her high school sweetheart, Michael Temple Canfield. 2 months later, Jackie was engaged to handsome, soon-to-be Senator John F. Kennedy. Jackie was on the fast track to happiness and prestige. Lee, meanwhile, was enduring an unhappy marriage. Michael drank heavily, and the couple struggled to conceive. When Michael asked Jackie how to save his marriage, Jackie told him, "Get more money, I mean real money." The couple soon divorced. A year later, Lee married Polish Prince Stash Radziwill. Lee and Stash married, and Stash's status allowed Lee to lead a much more lavish lifestyle. They had a house near Buckingham Palace in London and another country house an hour outside the city, complete with 50 acres of gardens, stables, and a courtyard. Jackie, meanwhile, was moving into a new home of her own, the White House. Despite the hectic schedule Jackie now had as First Lady, she and Lee remained very close. Lee and Stash visited the White House often, and the couple spent Christmas together in Palm Beach. Jackie and JFK named their daughter Caroline after Lee. While Jackie's now remembered as a fashion icon, Lee was instrumental in curating that image. Friends claimed Lee was the one with the stronger eye for fashion. Lee was the one who picked out Jackie's celebrated Givenchy wardrobe she wore in Paris in 1961. Always seeking glamour and notoriety, Lee befriended the Greek shipping tycoon Aristotle Onassis, whose estimated worth was $500 million. Tabloids often claimed Lee and Aristotle were romantically involved, though Lee always denied it. In August of 1963, Jackie was grieving the death of her newborn son. Lee invited Jackie for a trip on Aristotle's boat to cheer her up. A few months later, on November 22, 1963, President Kennedy was assassinated. Lee immediately flew from her home in London to Washington to comfort her sister. She helped Jackie and her children resettle in New York. Lee bought an apartment 5 blocks away to stay close to Jackie. Things changed when Jackie married Aristotle Onassis following a secret engagement that, according to tabloids, even Lee did not know about. Soon after, Lee had an affair with Jackie's friend, photographer and adventurer Peter Beard. He moved into her Manhattan apartment and introduced her to his artsy New York friends. Lee brushed shoulders with Mick Jagger, Andy Warhol, Cecil Beaton, and Truman Capote. Lee tried to make a name for herself outside of the sister to the First Lady. This included a short stint as an actress. Lee was cast as Tracy Lord in a revival of the Philadelphia Story. Jackie didn't attend opening night, but maybe that was for the best because Lee received overwhelmingly negative reviews. A new star is not born, wrote the Chicago Tribune. But Lee finished the play's 4-week run and then starred in a television play co-written by her friend Truman Capote. Again, she received poor reviews. Her acting career ended. In 1976, Lee founded an interior design firm. She gained an impressive clientele and positive media attention, including a feature spread in Architectural Digest. But the career was again ultimately short-lived. Lee also tried her hand at writing. Her book, Happy Times, published in 2001, recalled her early years with her sister. In 1988, Lee married director and choreographer Herbert Ross. In 1994, Jackie was diagnosed with cancer. She died on May 19th on her father's birthday. Jackie left nothing for Lee in her will, writing that she left Lee no material provision because, "I have already done so during my lifetime." In 2001, Lee and Herbert divorced. For many years, she divided her time between New York and Paris. In 2013, she told the New York Times, "In some funny way, I'm lucky there was so much more interest in my sister." At times, it was annoying, at times funny. Perhaps the most depressing part was that whatever I did or tried to do got disproportionate coverage purely because of Jackie being my sister. On February 15th, 2019, Lee passed away in her New York City home. She was 85 years old. All month, we're talking about Adversaries. For more information, find us on Facebook and Instagram at Womanica Podcast. Special thanks to Liz Kaplan, my favorite sister and co-creator. Talk to you tomorrow. Everybody vibes with the all-new Camry. A standard 225 horsepower engine and an available sport-tuned suspension provide the power and agility to take you anywhere, and to do it in style. With available features like the two-tone midnight black metallic roof, color-matched sport grille, panoramic glass roof, and cockpit red leather trimmed interior, the Camry has never looked better. And because every all-new Camry is a hybrid, it delivers up to an EPA-estimated 51 miles per gallon combined. Whatever your vibe, it's a Camry vibe. Learn more at toyota.com/Camry.